Ah, so seems like the Steelers are sticking to their identity. They're doing what they know how to do. And they're bringing back, or at least trying to bring back. I mean, let's be honest. Let's just keep it 150 million% 100. If you're a real Steelers fan, like true blue, die hard Pittsburgh fucking Steeler fan, and if you've seen the way they win and the way they play football, and understand there's a reason that there's a cliche that has, I mean, pretty much has stood the test of time. The defense wins fucking championships, bro. They're sticking to their identity and running the ball. How many rings does Franco Harris have? 4. How many rings does Jerome Bettis have? 1. How many rings do them defenses have? 2. 2. A lot of them. James Harrison got 2. Troy Polamalu got 2. A lot of them boys got 2. It's all about the defense. And football, really, I don't care what they say. If you look at college football, pretty much all the best teams in college football, like the best, the best, run the ball and play defense. Alabama, Michigan. Let's talk about that big powerhouse. Even Ohio State. Yeah, they can throw the ball. They got receivers and shit, but Ohio State always has good running backs. Always. Pretty much everybody in the SEC, the whole SEC is pretty much you play defense and run the ball. That's what you do. That's how you win football. You grind it out. You got to methodically, move the ball down the field. And see, the thing is, I guess the Mark Maddens of the world, that are just lame and just come out with that same old bullshit that you need Josh Allen's to win in this league. You need Joe Burrow to win in this league. You got to score quick and you got to score fast. That's how you win. Score quick. And he's talking about turnovers don't matter. If you don't turn the ball, it doesn't matter. You got to score fast and quick. Turnovers matter, bro. They matter. Like, literally, Mark Madden says turnovers don't matter. Like, I listen to these clips. I've been watching his clip channel, and, like, this dude's terrible. He just says the same shit over and over and over again. It's so bad and so horrible. And he has no evidence or stats to back it up whatsoever, other than the fact that the Steelers didn't win the Super Bowl this year. So they suck. They stink. They're mediocre. But, the numbers pretty much speak for themselves at the end of the day. They speak for them fucking selves. For themselves. So, I don't know what the fuck world he's living in. I guess a fantasy land. I guess his own mind, his own ego. Just can't. And the fact that he reported that bullshit story that Russ Grimm was going to be the head coach, and he's been salty ever since. Tomlin made him look like the fraudulent fucking shock jock idiot that he is. All right. When the Steelers went out there and signed Mike Tomlin. And he continues to do that on a daily, yearly, nightly, everyday basis because I don't know how many times he's written article. Any chance he gets, he's going to do an article. So literally, I'm going to keep pushing this shit. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. He's not going to stop. He's already building in the narratives and shit right now. And at the end of the day, Steelers football, running the ball, controlling the ball, the game in the trench. The trench, man. The guys that don't get any credit, the guys that do all the dirty work, that don't get no credit, that are the reason you win games, that are the reason we started losing early in the season because Mason Cole was getting beat like a Redded mule every time, and our offensive line was getting beat like a Redded mule every time, and they were not giving. And Kenny, anytime he's under pressure, happy feet in the pocket, can't stand in the pocket, can't complete a pass. You got to run the ball. You got to have balance in the NFL. The Chiefs, the Bills, the Ravens, all these teams, they still did that. Cowboys run the ball. Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here, dude. The Eagles run the ball. Like all these teams run the ball and play defense. The Bills have a great defense. Yeah, they got an offense, but they got a defense. And that's your science. The Steelers didn't win a Super Bowl. You're right. You need to have Joe Burrow to score more and Josh Allen to score more. Well, what happened? Where are they at right now? Joe Burrow's not even in the playoffs right now. And this is the guy that had the audacity to say Zach Taylor is a better coach than Mike fucking Tomlin, bro. A guy with a career losing record. And he just to shoot into play in his narrative, he cherry picks his last great one, the best season he's ever had, and said, well, let's look at his stats compared to Tomlin. Well, let me take Tomlin's best season he's ever had, and let's compare it to Zach Taylor. Bet more than he's ever done in his life, in his career. Has won a Super Bowl, and he's been to two. What's Zach Taylor done? Nothing. Has he ever? I mean, god damn, the Bengals are trash. They're trash, and they didn't even make the playoffs. Playoffs? Where's Joe Burrow? I guess he was hurt, and they gave him all that money and shit. Now what are they gonna do? Is he gonna come back better than ever? I don't know. Football's a tough game. Say it all the time. Shit ain't sweet. And he injury after injury after injury, it starts to pile up. And to me, he's not like a tough dude. I'm sorry, Joe Burrow is not a tough guy. He's smart. He's smart. He's got some talent. He's got a little bit of an athletic ability. But I'd say that's really what Joe Burrow. He is very like I just listened to his interviews. The dude is like just smart as hell, smartest dude in the room probably, and that's what makes him great. But once you start getting hit so many times, I don't know. Now look at Andrew Luck. Had all the talent in the world. Was a real smart dude. Came out of Stanford. He got hurt so many times. He just said, "I'm done. I'm gonna go be a rocket scientist or some shit. I'm gonna take some sweet ass office job, and I'm done breaking my neck and ruining myself for the rest of my life." Like really. In the NFL, it's funny. They come out and like all these rule changes and shit, like with the passing and everything, they like do it for players' safety. They don't give a fuck. They want to see high scoring games. They want to be able to cut to a commercial break. They don't want offenses to sustain 12, 13, 14, 15 play drives anymore. This is coming all straight from the top, really. So yeah, they do have a point, but I don't care how many times you could change the rules all you want. I mean, basically, then we might as well just make it flag football. Because at the end of the day, bro, if you win in the trench, if you have five guys on that O line that's going to go out there and just mash motherfuckers like the Cowboys in the 90s, everybody talks about Troy Aikman. Everybody talks about Michael Irvin. Everybody talks about Emmitt Smith. And they were good in their own right. Same with Jimmy Johnson. But every motherfucker on that Dallas Cowboys offensive line was 300 pounds plus, and they were out there bashing boys, all right? Then that '05 Super Bowl, the Steelers won. It was out there bashing boys. Back in the 70s, the Steelers D-line, Still Curtin, was out there bashing boys, okay? Mel Blount was bashing boys on the O-line. That's what football is about, all right? That is football, all right? You could try to dilly it up and sweeten it up as much as you want, but these are 250-pound, 260-pound animals trying to kill each other. That's what it is, all right? That's what it is, all right? And there's not going to be no sweet shit on the field, bro. There shouldn't be sweet shit on the field. They're competing for millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. And, you know, it is what it is. It's going to be dangerous. It is what it is. And they want to act like they care, but they don't. That's why they add an extra game onto the season. That's why they have extra Monday and want to have extra Monday night games, want to have Thursday night games, making teams fly over fucking seas and change their whole schedule up and play games early and then fly all the way back and shit. They can't get no rest. They can't heal. They can't get the proper medical care they need. You know what I mean? That extra day or two getting like some massage therapy or whatever, they like these facilities are state of the art. So they probably get all of that shit, like them hot, them cold, all kinds of shit, medicine, whatever they want at their disposal. And you're just delaying the healing process for these players. So they don't care. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. So they have to start coming off that fucking money somehow. I don't even know. But that's what the Steelers are doing. They are the Roonies, everything. I love it. There's a lot of people, fans don't like it. Madden don't like it. You got to pass the ball. Fuck it. I like how the Steelers are going against the grain. They're not going to listen to fucking some idiot Mark Madden, some idiot Colin Cowherd, some idiot with the worst hairline in sports media. Like, he ain't going to listen to that shit because who are there? No, Stephen A. knows basketball, but when it comes to football, he's just some fucking clown running his mouth trying to get ratings. Yeah, maybe he knows a little bit, and yeah, he's a football fan, whatever. I'll give him credit. But he's not a Steelers fan. He's out there literally just being like players' agent. He's like an agent. That's what he is almost. He gets 5% of players' contracts. They gotta cut. You gotta cut Stephen A. in on the deal. Get him to run his big mouth every morning about some nonsense. Like, it's crazy. Some of these stories. The Patriots, even. We talk about Tom Brady, the GOAT, all that bullshit. Okay. You can make that case. I'm not going to lie. I'll make a case against it. But you can definitely make a case for it, though, too. I can't deny what he did in the NFL. But those first 3 Super Bowls were they ran the ball with Corey fucking Dillon, who was a beast back in the day. I always talk about the running backs. I always never put him on the list. Corey Dillon was he played for the Bengals. He was a beast. All right, he was a beast, Corey Dillon, and that defense: Vince Wilfork, Richard Seymour, Rodney Harrison, Ty Law. The cornerback list you can go for days. There's secondaries. So I mean, Belichick is a defensive expert, bro. Literally. When the Packers won the Super Bowl, Don Capers was running their defense in the 3-4 defense. So, was it about Rodgers or was it about the defense? Because that year, the Packers' defense was insane. All right? The Seahawks' defense. The Falcons were all about offense, and their defense completely collapsed in the second half and had the biggest travesty of NFL Super Bowl history. So, what science and where do you come with this claim, bro? I didn't even make these claims, and how could you let these people take these dudes seriously and keep them on the airwaves and just talking this shit all day long because they pander to a fucking audience of fucking conservative fucking idiots that don't know shit other than the fact that Tom was black and he hasn't won a Super Bowl. I mean, literally. Come on, bro. Come on, man. That's what it is. And we not winning a Super Bowl. We're not winning. People are spoiled and entitled. Ben held us back for 3 fucking years, bro. So we were supposed to compete then, but he didn't live up to his contract and he held us back. So that's 3 years getting held back because of Ben, bro. Period. Not coaching. Ben. And now we're rebuilding. And I think we're trending and heading in a better direction without Ben. Literally. Because we were mediocre with Ben. Now we're getting better each year with even the terrible quarterback play out of Kenny Pickett. So if we go out there and get a half-decent quarterback, who knows? If Kenny gets better, who knows? You get a little bit of better up front on the offensive line, which I hope they do, and add a few pieces on defense, honestly. That's all I want. I don't think they need to draft anything on offense besides offensive linemen and defense. That's all we need to draft this year. And this team could really do some damage next year. We could easily win. Well, we won 9, 10. I looked at early prediction. I got him at 11. I got him at 11 next year. I got him at 11. And 11 might be enough to win the damn division. Who knows? You never know. Lamar Jackson could get snapped in half next year. Joe Burrow can get snapped in half next year. And I think it's going to be a circus show in Cleveland. They talk about the circus shows in Pittsburgh. That's all there ever is in Cleveland is a goddamn circus show. I swear to God. So I like that they're sticking to their identity, man. That Blitzburg defense won us fucking 4 games. 10 games pretty much last year. So it's going. I'm just ranting on about my Steelers, bro. And I like some of it. It's really the idea. I like where the Steelers are going with the, I like they're sticking to their identity. I think the coaching hires are sticking to their identity, and they're bringing in just a whole bunch. They're just creating positions like a passing coordinator position. They're like really filling up their coaching staff right now with offensive ability. So if Stefan Tuitt came back, I think we would have a different outcome in 2020. But life happens, and some things are bigger than football. That was another. Stefan Tuitt was a beast. and he just up and left. And he was such a big piece. And like a lot of Shazier goes down. That's another big piece. Is that Tomlin's fault? That was just a catastrophic injury to a guy that literally could have been that state. He still would have been our inside. He'd be like one of the best inside linebackers right now in the league. He's kind of like Micah Parsons. He's a lot like Micah Parsons. Maybe not as good at blitzing, and I'd say he's a little bit better in coverage and better and faster sideline to sideline speed. For real, for real. Ben getting hurt, TJ getting hurt, Cam getting hurt, TJ getting hurt again. Is that Tomlin's fault? Shit ain't sweet in the NFL. So I'm saying we can get 11 wins, and Lamar can get snapped in half next year. And then what are the Ravens going to do? Their whole offense is built and tailor-made to Lamar. And they're going to bring a Tyler or Taylor. And then they're going to have to go back to the heavy. They're going to be like, Greg Roman, come back. We need somebody that can run a heavy set, knows how to run a heavy set offense. And that's what the Steelers are bringing. That's what that Arthur Smith is bringing. They want to bring in that heavy set. That's why we drafted Darnell Washington. And Pat Freiermuth. They want to keep their quarterback under center. They want to make it easy for him. They don't want to pass it 50 times a game. I mean, you don't have to. Ben would throw it 20 times a game and still throw for 300. Good, easy, efficient passes. That's when Ben was at his best, especially in terms of winning, when he was actually coached. So if anything, Tomlin didn't coach Ben. Ben was basically the coach. Tomlin gave Ben too much freedom. But was that Tomlin, or was that the Rooneys that shelled out $50 million to him, and that's just is what it is. Tomlin, he can't sit there and that's on his decision. Ben was already made man, pretty much. Tomlin was a nobody. I wouldn't say he was a nobody. A nobody in Pittsburgh, we'll say that. Especially to the fan base, especially the way the media was pushing, and people like Mark Madden pushing and just basically saying the only reason he got hired was the Rooney Rule, when in reality, he helped build a Super Bowl defense in Tampa Bay. And Tony Dungy probably gave him a great review and a great referral. But that's a good point, bro. Stephon Tuitt was really good. He was hurt all the time, though. He was another one that was hurt all the goddamn time. Ridiculous. Ojanobi, he's hurt all the time. We had so many injuries this year, but every team has injuries, though. But it just sucked TJ went down like that. Because, I mean, we was getting healthy. We had a little bit of injuries, but TJ went down right at the wrong time. Cam was coming back. TJ started coming back. When everybody started coming back, we started rolling, and then TJ goes down at the worst possible time. Kenny goes down at the worst possible time. Now there's a huge quarterback controversy. Now you got people slandering the Steelers, saying they suck and blah, blah, blah. Dude, we're going to be there next year, bro. And we're going to be there the year after that. And we're going to be there the year after that. And we're going to be there the year after that, bro. Watch. We're living 11 games next year. We're making the playoffs. I'm sorry that ain't good enough for some people. And if they get it done, they get it done. But it's hard to get it done in the NFL. Everything has to come perfect. And there's 32 other teams in the league. And all 32 teams in the league have some elite talent, okay? Elite. And it takes time to build your perfect squad. And you can have a perfect squad like Baltimore. Pretty much. On paper. And still fuck it up. You could be dominating the Patriots in the first half, and then somehow in the second half, just give it away. I don't even know. I guess they paid the refs and Roger Goodell T-Bob is always coming in here saying it's rigged. I don't know, man, but that's some fucking crazy shit. That's pretty much all you got to do at that point is run the ball, not turn it over, and play defense and just keep it like just run it and click the clock. Like, how do you lose that game? It's crazy. But it's never good enough. This Steelers, we got to win the Super Bowl. That's it. There you go. And that's facts, bro. That's just facts at this point. It's literally facts at this point. It can't, like, he's going to pass Chuck Noll. Is he going to pass him? He's not. I'm not even. When I say that, I'm not saying he's even better than Chuck Noll, but he's right there with the legends of the game, bro. Like, you're right there with them in company, and he's still doing it and still can do it for a long time. So I could see him possibly at least getting one more Super Bowl, one more. How long did it take Andy Reid to win a Super Bowl? 20 years. Coleman hasn't even coached 20 years yet. He's like a year 18 now without a losing season. 2 decades without a losing season. I'm telling you, because he's going to get extended, and we're going to have a winning season next year. We're going to. And the year after that, we're building. And we're only going to get better next year. This offense is only going. The only way is up. That's it. And the defense is coming back intact, and they're going to add pieces in the draft because the Steelers are sticking in their fucking identity. Just the way that you guys tell all the way this offseason's going. So they're going to get some linemen, and they're going to get some defensive players, and we'll see how the chips fall when we're on the clock. And who they take and decide to take at that given moment. Cooper DeJean, however you say his name, out of Iowa, easily could be sitting there. One of the best defensive playmakers in college football. Like Mel, looking like he's like Rod Woodson, literally out there. He can play anywhere. You can put him in nickel, outside, safety. It don't matter. Don't matter. That's how good he is. Shutdown, lockdown. Him and JPJ and Mika? Oh my God. With TJ and Highsmith? Oh my God. And we find an inside linebacker? Oh my God. Come on, man. Our defense will be fucking ridiculous. It already is pretty damn ridiculous. And we get a little bit of offense to back that fucking defense up and a little bit of quarterback play. It's a wrap, Jack. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Got with one of the best kickers in the league. We got to find a new punter. That's another dumbass shit Mark Madden said. That punting doesn't matter. That punting doesn't matter. And special teams doesn't matter. Tell that to the Patriots who won 3 Super Bowls with Adam Vinatieri, you fucking fat slob. Tell that to the Colts when Mike Vanderjagt missed that fucking kick and we had a miracle when we went on to win a Super Bowl. How about that one? And the multiple kicks that we missed in games that we should have won. Sean Sweesom missing kicks in overtime and just garbage ass shit. Now we got balls. We got the defense. We got the weapons on offense. We got to get a little bit bigger and stronger up front. And somebody's got to step up. Mason, Kenny, and actually be a fucking mediocre quarterback. Because that's all they need. Because we haven't got that. So do you have to have fucking Patrick Mahomes to win a Super Bowl? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. Because everybody says Brock Purdy's nothing but a game manager. But he's like second in the league in passing right now. Nothing but a game manager, right? Well, that's what happens when you have a good game manager that can get the ball to Brock Purdy. They can get Brock Purdy, can get the ball to George Kittle, can get the ball to Debo, can get the ball to McCaffrey, can get the ball to who's that other receiver they got that lit the Steelers up this year? Forget his fucking name. But you get the point. Oh, yeah, that's another big thing. That's a huge point, bro. Huge. No free agency, no salary cap. It's a whole different world. It was no ESPN being player agents like Stephen A. Smith acting like a fan, but he's basically just a player agent to get these people to come on his dumbass show. Oh, it's so key, dude. If you could pin a team back deep every time, like it's crazy. Like that's huge. You give Josh Allen a short field, he's going to take advantage of it every fucking time. That's what I'm saying. You got to be methodical with your drives. Every little thing comes together and all ties together. And when all three, I've been saying it all last year, we need to get all three fit. And I really thought we was going to beat the Bills because Mason was bringing that quarterback play, and all three phases of the game are really coming together. We actually had some people to back up TJ, and I really thought we were going to beat the fucking Bills. We got that snow game that I was saying we was going to get all year, and I think I was told we was going to run the ball. But I got to give the Bills defensive line a lot of credit. They were really good, and they were really stout. They shut Najee down. Mason couldn't really get nothing going. Stupid turnover by Pickens. Stupid turnover by Mason on the fucking goal line. Like those turnovers are critical and key. Like so big, such big swings. Both of those turnovers led to them scoring, or at least that Pickens one, and a fucking bad punt. So that's literally 14, like so many point swings. But such huge point swings. Like we don't lose the ball to Pickens there. We could at least, and we would have just, let's just say we had a 3-and-out. We could at least pin them back on to 30 or to 20 and not give Josh Allen not even half the field to throw one touchdown. Just boom, right there, 30-yard, 40-yard touchdown pass. Bump. Easy. Pickens. And when you got a backup inside linebacker on Knox, who's one of the best tight ends in the league, thank you very much. Can I have another? And that's what happened. So that's a position in need on defense. Because the defense is elite, I would say. Good. Top 10. But there's definitely multiple other defenses you can make a case for. And the Steelers' defensive numbers weren't great this year. But a lot of it had to do with them being out on the field all fucking game, every game. So this offense got to come along. And when you got a good offensive line, you got good receivers like Pickens, Deontay. You got good running backs like basically 2,000-yard runners in Jalen and Naj. Big ass blocking tight end Darnell Washington. Pat Fryerman. Kenny's got a ton of talent around him. I mean, a little bit. He needs help up front a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. But there's no, like, his leash next year, if not is already cut, has to be fucking short. 3 games is all I'm giving Kenny next year, bro. 3. I gave him the season. I gave him a chance, and I gave him a chance. What he deserved, his shot. And he had it. And he didn't do much with it. Now you're coming in your 3rd year. You got Mason pretty much made the offense look like night and day when he came in there. So you got to come in there and shine, bro. And you got to come in there and lead. And you got to come in there and show why you're wearing that C on your fucking jersey. Because to me, you haven't earned that shit at all. Not one bit. And to me, that's some shit you got to earn to have that C, especially on the Pittsburgh Steelers, bro. And he didn't earn that shit at all. Ben, I'll at least give him, he earned the right to be a little bit cocky, okay? He went out there and did his fucking thing and won a fucking Super Bowl, okay? So he earned the right to be a little cocky. I didn't like it all the time, but he definitely earned that right more than fucking Kenny Pickett. I'll tell you that much. That's for goddamn sure. What's up, Ryan? That's fun. Shit happens. Yeah, that was another thing that big fat slob did is slander him and made up a big story that he didn't accept being benched. Like that's straight bullshit. And that's pretty much where we're gonna. He's about to be there. And Rooney pretty much put it out there that he's open to trading. So it's almost like he's reaching out to the Bears, like, hey, we're here. Let's try to work out a deal. I mean, the Rooney's put it out there, like, hey, we're gonna do whatever we can ever do to improve on offense. So they make a trade for a quarterback. And Justin Fields, who knows? I don't think he's worth a first round pick. And like the video says, the Steelers are sticking to their identity. To me, it seems that way so far with the Arthur Smith hire. The way we've been pretty much building the past 2-3 years. And I could see this draft. Like I want, like if we can get a Cooper DeJean in the first round, we can get fucking Amarius Mims out of Georgia. If Amarius Mims out of Georgia is sitting there at 20, bruh, you put him in right tackle, you put Broderick Jones at left, it's a wrap. We're gonna run all over the league if we get Amarius Mims. Seriously. We're gonna run all. That's what I'm saying. Like you win and lose in the fucking trench, man, and you get a Marius Mims, 350 pounds plus, right tackle mauler to come in there that Naj can run behind and actually get a fucking hole to lower his head and lick a linebacker and lick a safety. The matchup you want, not him on a D tackle, not him on a D end. Him on a line, back on backer, boy. Your linebacker, your lineman has got to get you that matchup on that backer. And Naj is going to lower his head, and guess what he's going to do? He's going to carry that pile just like the bus did. Brum, brum, here comes the Najee train. Let's go, man. I'm telling you, we're bringing it back, and it's coming back, and it's been coming back. Everybody cried and bitched that we weren't running the ball. Well, now we're running the ball, and we're doing it good. We're going to build on that. And somebody has got to step up and actually be a fucking quarterback. Now, who's that going to be? That's yet to be seen. Because that's really what this shit comes down to, bro. And Mark Madden and all the fan base is going to be enraged. We don't go out there and get a quarterback. And Kenny sucks, which is possible. Definitely ain't sweet. If Fields was worth a round pick, then the Bears would trade him. Somebody told me they already got a first round pick for him. So I don't know. They already got offers for it. So who knows? You give me I'd do it for a second all day. Give me him for a second. A first? I don't want to do that. I just don't. But if we did that, we'd be right there with the Ravens and running the ball. We get a second trade, get a second for Fields, and get Amarius Mims. We might have 3,000 yard rushers on the same team. That'd be unbelievable. It wouldn't happen, but it could be pretty fucking close. We'd probably run for two. We could probably 25 hundo, 26 hundo, 27 hundo on the ground, and then Kenny gives us 3,500. Give me 3,500, Kenny. Or Fields. Shit, Fields could throw for 3,500, and you could mix and match them. Shit. Change the whole fucking game. Just have a Fields package and a Pickett package. I ain't gonna do all that. To me, I want the controversy to end. We need to find the answer at quarterback. And I don't know if we're gonna do that this offseason. I just don't know. Unless we trade up or Big Doe to Kirk Cousins. And is he really the answer? And if he is, it's 1 year, basically a 1 year rental, 2 year rental. 3 years probably be too long with his old ass. So, for way too much, like Ben. It'd be just Ben all over again. Worst case scenario, at the least. I'd say 49ers. Fields in 3 years, 667 40 yards, 40 touchdowns, 30 picks, 38 fumbles. Not paying all that money for that kind of output. It's a lot of fumbles. And you don't want turnovers. And you don't want fumbles. Especially with this offense. That's a lot of fumbles. A lot of fumbles. Najee does not fumble the ball. Really. Warren don't really fumble the ball. We can't have fumbles. We can't have fumbles. We can't have no mistakes. This offense got to be militant, bro. Militant. On time, on rhythm. And we can't have stupid penalties. A lot of the shit on offense, too, this year was stupid ass, dumbass penalties from like Pickens, from Deontay, from Chooks. Just dumb penalties. Dumb. That never should happen in a game. Pickens just talking too much. Deontay just talking too much. Couple bullshit calls with Warren trying to protect his quarterback. Gets fined and penalized for trying to protect his quarterback by a league that says they want to protect the quarterback. It's crazy world. So I guess that's why he won his appeal. Because Roger Goodell just hands them out like hotcakes. Look at me. I mean, that's probably what it's going to be. Is we're going to bring Mason back on, I think, isn't going to be an incentive-based contract. A 1-year incentive-based contract. But this is the narrative. Madden saying, oh, he's saying there's competition. There ain't going to be no competition. There's going to be Kenny Pickett. They're going to bring back Mason or Jacoby Brissett, which, I mean, he's probably right. But there is going to be a competition. And who says Mason isn't competition? You? Because Mason came in for 3 games and played great. He did. He was an all-fucking-American. Who's Mark Madden? A guy that slanders people and wrote about half-naked men, ECW men, like a fake scripted bullshit drama. And he was the heel. Everybody hated his fat ass. And he's doing good at it. I'll tell you. He portrays a racist fucking idiot moron to a T, I guess. Good job, Mark. Keep up the good work, bud. Four games it is a sport. That's why I say 1-year incentive-based contract. Fuck 2 years. Give him 1 year incentive-based. Yeah, that's another good question. I mean, to me, I think that would be the best for both parties. Him on an incentive-based contract. Because that gives him just a drive to really want to come in there and play great. In a system that he already knows. And then if he goes out there, has a full season under his belt, then he can hit the open market and be like, Bob Bing, now I'm worth this much. Now I don't want no incentive-based shit. I want money up front. And I want because really, this is a good point. That's a small sample size. He doesn't have the most to really negotiate off of. But you get that 1-year incentive-based contract, have a great year under your belt, going in, 29, 30, off a great season, you have a lot more leverage. A lot more leverage next year if you're Mason than this year. But who knows? Maybe a Carolina call. I don't know. Did they draft a quarterback? I think they might have drafted a quarterback. So I don't know. But who knows? I'd say it might be his best chance to start, honestly. What's up, man? I don't think he did neither at all because like Miles, if let's put it this way, if Mason said it, why wouldn't Miles Garrett just come out and say it that day instead of waiting like 3 weeks and then having some ESPN like hit job on Mason Rudolph to why you did that? And nobody backed his claim at all. The NFL investigated and there was no findings of it. So to me, they didn't even say Mason is a racist. Let's just say he is a racist because he's a good old boy from Oklahoma. Okay, he's not dumb though. Dumb enough to say that to Myles Garrett to get his head knocked off with a helmet. Okay, this is why it happened. I think Mason said something to him and he was in his face and he started pushing him. And Mason like pushed him back and then Myles just started swinging, ripped his helmet off and just started swinging. He's not even on contract. And how much is he worth? How much is he really worth? Baker might get like 30. I think Kirk Cousins might be in that 35 range. Russell Wilson's making like 35, 40 million. But I guess so these quarterbacks make crazy. Daniel Jones is making 30 million, which is insane, or 35 million or something like that a year. A year. And the Giants were literally their offense was probably worse than the Steelers. Honestly, they were shit, terrible. I don't believe Garrett after watching Pouncey pound Garrett into the ground. Yeah, that's true. Pouncey was ready, bro. Pouncey was a beast. He said, "Fuck that shit." And he said, "Pop, pop, pop." That was a good play, my Pouncey. Well, let's hear it. What's the difference? That's what I'm saying. That's what I said in the beginning of this thing. If you're a real diehard Steeler fan, like I don't understand why you're bitching. We're bringing smash mouth defensive football back to the Berg, bro. The shit that built this shit, bro. That's what built this shit. The greatest franchise in NFL history. What you talking about, Willis? We bringing it back. You got to be hyped to be a fan. And I'm telling you, we're getting into the playoffs next year. So like I said, we was getting into the playoffs this year. I did say we were going to win. Fucking the state of New York decided to call a state of emergency because the Steelers was bringing the blitz. And they didn't want to get embarrassed and ran all over in that snow game. And they robbed us of that shit. All right? That's what the fuck happened. So tell me what you got, bro. Tell me what you got. That's a travesty too. Why they should kid him out? He shouldn't even be in the fucking league, let alone win a Defensive Player of the Year award. The fuck out of here! Aggravated assault, Garrett. That's what I used to call him. I got the Cleveland fans so pissed. I made a video that I reacted on Twitter. It got like 35,000, 50,000 views. All these Cleveland fans started getting pissed. And then Steeler fans started fighting with the Cleveland fans in the comments and shit, and it just went fucking it went crazy. It was crazy. Like the beefs of between Cleveland and Pittsburgh on Twitter is ridiculous. Like for a while there, it was ridiculous. Like Cleveland hates Pittsburgh. I'm talking about racist. Clevelanders are racist to the Pittsburghers. I don't know if you call that racist or not. I don't know, but they hate us because we own them. That's funny. Oh, he is a game changer. Fuck yeah. If Mason can get more than 10 million per year over multiple seasons elsewhere, then we have to let him walk. That's what I'm saying. You give him a 10-year incentive-based contract. So if you throw for 4,000 yards, we're going to pay you 10. But if you throw for 4,000, we'll give you 20. 1 year. Think that's fair as fuck, honestly. I take him all day and bring him back for 10. You at least need a backup too. You have to have a backup. Was Kenny going to be backup or is Mason going to be a starter? Is Mason Trubisky going to be starter? He needs to be cut off the roster. So yeah, you get Mason on $10 million deal. Fucking it right, you bring him back. And he should get an incentive in his contract. Because, like dude said, he has been loyal to the team. He's pretty much been a pro the entire time he's been here. I think he got the shaft too quick. And, you know, I thought we never should have drafted Kenny. I wanted to keep Mason. Everybody was saying I was crazy now. I'm like, Mason's good. He's good. I'm telling you, he could play. He's decent. And if he can't, let's just at least bridge the gap with him. Because his team had problems. And we're still building. The offensive line sucked for years. After Lev left, James Conner was okay, but he wasn't like he's getting hurt all the time. We didn't have the offensive line. Ben was old as fuck. We didn't have Pickens then. We didn't have a tight end. Not going to be like the Patriot way because the experience between numbnuts and Ziegler was failed. It was fucked. He's bad. You guys make bad. Like y'all gave John Gruden like Tomlin. Everybody says Tomlin's mediocre. John Gruden literally has a 500 career record, and everybody says Tomlin's won a Super Bowl with Cowher's team. Well, guess what? John Gruden won a Super Bowl with Tony Dungy's team and a Tomlin-built defense. And that's how we'll talk about narratives. That's how I started this whole shit, bro. Is defense wins championships. Well, there you go. I'm going to be Mark Madden right now. The only reason John Gruden has a Super Bowl is because Tomlin built that fucking defense that won that Super Bowl. How about that, you fat slob? Damn. Like, I'm owning him tonight. I'm owning him real bad tonight. Literally. Like, literally, bro. Literally. Let's talk. Come on. Where's Russell Grimm at? Where's he at? He went to the Cardinals. They lost to Tomlin in the Super Bowl. Where'd Ken Wisenhunt go? The offensive guru, genius, muru, rah-rah, end around and Randall L. touchdown pass coach. Where'd he go? To Arizona. Who lost the Tomlin in the Super Bowl, bro? So what's up? Oh, it's Arizona Cardinals. It's Arizona Cardinals. Yeah, Kurt Warner, Edgerrin James, Larry Fitzgerald. Bro, that team was nice that year. I don't care what nobody says. That team was nice. Yeah. I mean, the region is great. They're pretty much very similar. They're pretty much just like Yinzers, too. They're like exactly the same. I don't know why. They just hate us because we own their fucking ass. And that is like the oldest rivalry. It's been going on forever. The Ravens are basically the Browns. Let's just be real about it. They up and left and went to fucking Cleveland or went to Baltimore. And then the the fucking whole town is about to burn the town down. They didn't bring the Browns back. They're just gonna light the rivers back on fire. Fucking Cleveland. Oh, there we go. Dude, how long? That's what I said. This dude just rolled in. It took Andy Reid 20 years to win a Super Bowl. Tomlin hasn't even coached 20 years. Dude, give him another 20 years in the league. He'll win one more like Andy Reid. He'll win one more like Andy Reid. Come on, how many's Andy? Andy might get another one though, and Andy Reid will really cement his legacy as one of the great, 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 great coaches. So this is huge. It's huge for both of them because Shanahan's got a lot of hype too. Honestly, this Uru offensive guru. Okay, and I mean you got to give him credit. He's got Purdy playing nice right now, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So we'll see. I got the Niners winning, but any given Sunday, man, it's going to be a good ass game, I think. Because Mahomes is too nice, too. That builds his legacy, too, as one of the best quarterbacks ever. He keeps going like this. Shit. What's up, Ernie? Still just Steelers. The Steelers sticking to their identity. Mike Tomlin has 10 seasons with 10 or more wins and 5 with 12 or more wins. Only 3, 8, and 8 seasons. What's up, me? That's me. That's what I'm saying. And Mike Tomlin, bro, he can lose. His career record is like 200 and 100 or something like that. He can lose 100 more games. He could just lose out for the next 4 or 5 years. He could just have the worst seasons imaginable, like Cleveland, 0 and 16, 0 and 17, 1 and 16, 1 and 50, whatever the fuck. He could have 5 or 6 seasons like that and still not be meaty. Oh, he would still have a better winning record than John Gruden. And John Gruden got a 10-year, $100 million contract from the Raiders. The Raiders. And what happened? He got fucking kicked out of town because he's a racist piece of shit. All right? He's a scumbag. He's trash. He's an idiot. They won. The only reason why he won a Super Bowl is because he used Tomlin's defense to do it. Okay, that's it. It's the only reason. It's like Tomlin. The only reason he won is because of Cowher. That's it. It's the only reason. It had nothing to do with it. He had nothing to do with 18 years in a row without a losing season. It had nothing to do with him. Yeah, that's a. Tony, you're right. It was Tony Dungy's team. I'm just taking it to a whole new level now, Ernie. I changed the whole narrative. I'm building my narrative. They want to build their anti-Tomlin narrative. Well, I'm going to build my fucking he's a Hall of Fame coach narrative, and history will absolve me. That's all I'm going to say. Is history will absolve me. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Because we're going to extend him whenever they can extend coaches. We're going to give him a 2-year extension. That's what's going to happen. That's the Rooney way. And like the title says, the Steelers are sticking to our identity. And when coaches have 1 year left on their contract, you give them a 2-year extension. So, and I'm going to say Tomlin, he's going to get a 2-year. I can see anywhere $25 to $30 million in those 2 years. So he's going to make like 12.5, like 15 million a year, maybe. That'd be the most I'd give him. But he's going to get something like that 13, 14, 15. We're going to call it a 2-year, $26 million contract extension, is what's going to happen with Tomlin. And he needs, I think it's 20 wins to catch Noel. So in 3 years, Tomlin, who's never had a losing season, so that means he has produced at least 9, 8 wins every year. Do you not think in 3 years, statistically and mathematically, given the trend and the track record, and the Steelers are trending upwards still, they're trending upwards, getting better. They're not going to come out and win 10, 11 good games next year. And next year, win 8, 9, 10, 11 games. And then in the final year of that 3rd year contract, he will be better than Chuck Nolan and have the most wins in franchise history. And you're telling me this dude's not going to go down as a Hall of Fame coach and he sucks? Where's the asshole that said he sucks? Where'd you go? There's you, asshole. There he is. You're telling me he ain't going to make the Hall of Fame? You done prior to you left. There he is. I don't think he's better than Chuck Noll. That's what I said. He's not better. He's not better. But he's in the conversation of some of the greatest names ever. And he still has his resume right now, you could argue, is a Hall of Fame resume. And he's what? He's about to be 50. He could coach till he's like 70. At least what's retirement age? 65 is when you retire. He could coach 15 more years. That's a whole other fucking resume, pretty much on top of his already Hall of Fame resume. And you don't think, like, he's going to be top 10 all time. We win 3 playoff games, he's top 10 playoff wins of all time. That's all he needs is 3 playoff wins. That's it. He got to his wins quicker than Cowher. Quicker. It's not about long. They say, though, that's what the people will say. Oh, it's because he's like Jeff Fisher. It's Jeff Fisher. He did it faster than Tomlin. He's doing it faster than Noll. Did it faster than Parcells. Did it faster than Shanahan Sr. because he passed Shanahan Sr. this year. Doing it, and he'll do it faster than Noll. And if he gets 2 Super Bowls, come on. Come on. How don't you put him in Canton? How don't you? But is he better than Chuck Noll? No. Chuck Noll is the whole reason the Steelers are the Steelers. Chuck Noll took over a franchise that was irrelevant. Irrelevant as irrelevant gets. Nobody outside of Pittsburgh rooted for them, other than the Yinzers working in the coal mines every day, going home and watching the Steelers after and drinking Iron City beer, bro, after working in the fucking coal mine all day and working in the steel mill all day, bro. That's all they had to look forward to is watching the fucking Steelers, okay? That's it. It's the only thing that took them away from the reality of the shit life that they lived, okay? That's why the NFL came to the Roonies and said, do you want to be America's team? He said, no, we're Pittsburgh's team, okay? And we're British, sticking to that identity, smash mouth defensive football. That's what this whole stream's about, all right? So, like, literally, we're the greatest team of all time. What else can I really say, man? And he's right there. So, no, yes, he changed the whole franchise. He's one of the best ever to do it. But Tomlin is putting his name right up there with some of the greatest, and he continues to do so. And is it a perfect fucking world? Not for Steelers fans. Shit ain't sweet. So make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe. I don't even know. I'm ending it though. That's the Yin's Power Hour for tonight. Ended 2 minutes early.